right, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to go through Bitcoin, and more specifically, the Bitcoin miners weekend edition. So we're going to go through what happened with Bitcoin this week and then show its effect on the Bitcoin miners. I have a bunch of charts, as always. We always do this on the weekend. So let's take a look at what happened, and I'm going to start with Bitcoin on the one-day time frame. I want to look at that chart and just show you essentially from a big picture what happened this week. You're going to see a green candle. That was 1 week ago Friday, not this Friday. That candle wicked above this yellow line at $30,920. Bitcoin was up 100%. You can see it candle wicked above this, but it did not hold on that day. So essentially there's a yellow arrow now. You're going to see that is from the beginning of this week until the end of this week. We've been talking on the channel for a long time that we are due or overdue for some type of a pullback. We're at about 12% right now. In my mind, anything from 10 to 20% would be a healthy pullback. So it is entirely possible that we continue to go down from here. However, I don't think that we're going to lose our bullish trend if we can hold this line right here. There's a purple line on my chart at $25,200. If that line holds, then I think we remain in the bullish momentum that we've had since late November. And again, we did get up 100%. So this would be very nearly a 20% pullback. That would not be unhealthy at all. We may not go revisit that. Time will tell, so we'll keep our eye on that next week. If you enjoy this content, please remember to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Okay, this is a chart of the Bitcoin miners and their activity for the last 1 week. So you're going to see this chart is very red, which makes sense because we did just look at the one-day time frame, and we saw that this week was a down week, particularly Wednesday, Thursday, Friday were back-to-back-to-back red days for Bitcoin. So you can see the Bitcoin miners were down as well. However, a lot of these were down more than Bitcoin, but not too badly. A lot of 2x leverages, but no 3 or 4x leverages. So this was actually a pretty tame week all in all. You're going to see in the middle in gold, you'll see Bitcoin itself was down 10% on the week. There was actually only one miner out of all the 18 miners that we follow that was green on the week. So in other words, it was up for the week. That is TeraWolf, and it was only up 1% this week, but that's actually very, very strong performance on a week where Bitcoin itself was down 10% and the momentum was down. For TeraWolf to finish in the green was a very strong week. Stronghold finished only down 1%. That was actually really strong performance as well, particularly since they did announce a mass dilution on Friday, and it really didn't seem to hurt their stock at all. Any down 3%, Mawson down 4%, Argo Blockchain down 4%, Cleanspark 6%, and then DMG and Bit Digital were the only other ones that outperformed Bitcoin. So when we look at year to date, this is going to help put this a little bit more in perspective, but you are going to see this week we had the reverse of what we've had for most of the year. The top 3 Bitcoin miners by market cap had a much worse week than most of the Bitcoin miners, and that is the opposite of what's been happening all year. So when we look at the year to date, you're going to see them performing near the top of the list, but this week you're going to see they were near the bottom of the list. In fact, Marathon, which is the second largest Bitcoin miner by market cap, that was down 25% this week. That's a major pullback. That was the lowest on the entire list, and they are the second largest Bitcoin miner by market cap. Okay, then you're going to see a three-way tie for the second worst performers, if you will, this week, and that is down 22%. So in that three-way tie, you're going to see Riot. That is the largest Bitcoin miner by market cap. So again, they underperformed. And then Cypher, which is the third largest Bitcoin miner by market cap. So the top 3 Bitcoin miners by market cap were at the very bottom of this list. In the middle of them was Core Scientific, which also had a big pullback, but that is up monstrously on the year. We'll see that when we look at the next chart. So all in all, again, Bitcoin was down 10%, and the worst of these, Marathon, was down 25%. So that's a 2.5x leverage. Most were 2x or less than that. And again, a bunch of them performed better, and one performed in the green, which was TeraWolf. As an aside, YouTube revenue is way down in the year 2023. If you look at any other YouTubers, they're going to be saying the same thing. So I do appreciate you can support the channel by joining the channel and becoming a member. You can do that by hitting the join button on the YouTube page. It's only $5 a month, and you do get a lot of benefits for that. We do a members only live stream after the market closes every Tuesday. On that live stream, members get to pick a company for me to do a deep dive on each week. In addition to that, we have a members-only Discord that I'm active in on a daily basis. So it does help support the channel, and I do appreciate it. Thank you to all the existing members, and we look forward to anybody who's willing to join. Okay, so now let's take a look year to date. So this is from January 1st until April 21st, which was Friday as of market close. So you're going to see the Bitcoin miners have had a gigantic year for the most part. If you go all the way down to the bottom of this list, you're going to see Bitcoin in gold, that is up 65%. So that is since January 1st. And again, remember, inside the middle of this, from their low on November 21st to their high on April 14th, they were up, Bitcoin was up over 100%. So there's been a little bit of pullback. We're in a little bit of a pullback right now. I still think we're in a healthy pattern, but if you take a look, again, Bitcoin is one of the lowest performers on this list at up 65%. So there's two that are underperforming that. Stock ticker ANY, they are up 52% on the year. So still year to date, they are lagging behind Bitcoin. And stock ticker ARBK, they're up 33%. They're significantly lagging Bitcoin. So for me, the two that are underperforming Bitcoin have very different stories. So do your own due diligence, please. But in my opinion, one of those is really an excellent buying opportunity, and the other one is a stock that I am staying away from. So for me, I did buy into any. I added to my any position this week, which is Sphere 3D. And Argo Blockchain, for me, I have a very low level of conviction in. But again, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. You can see those two both underperform Bitcoin year to date, but in my opinion, they have very, very different stories. Let's go to the other side of the list. Core Scientific, remember, they were one of the worst performers on the week. However, putting it in context, they're up 381% so far on the year in 2023. So they're the number one performing Bitcoin miner on the year to date. Now, they were down 99+%. They're in chapter 11. So this is a very complicated one. Again, you're going to want to do your due diligence on this one as well. We have a couple other very strong performers. DigiHost is up 344% on the year. That's a drastic move to the upside. Cypher, which is the third biggest Bitcoin miner by market cap, they're up 304% on the year. So that's three of these Bitcoin miners that are up over 300% year to date. And again, it's only April 21st, so we're still fairly early into the year. We're not yet 1/3 of the way through this year. Then we have a couple more over 200%. We have Iris Energy at 218%, and we have Riot Blockchain at 210%. So remember, Riot Blockchain is the largest Bitcoin miner by market cap, and they are up 210% on the year. So whereas Riot and Marathon and Cypher had a bad week this week, you can see this still leaves all three of them very near the top performers on the year. So the third one of those would be Marathon, which is the second largest market cap. Most of these miners are up over 100% year to date. DMG Blockchain's up 73%, so they're just ever so slightly outperforming Bitcoin. So to me, these stocks down here between 73 and say 105%, that's not very much of a leveraged play on Bitcoin. Those are not even 2xing Bitcoin in the year 2023, so some of those potentially could have room to run. TeraWulf, you'll see, is up 118%, so that's really not one of the leaders either. However, over the last 5 or 6 weeks, you're going to see on the next chart, this has been the hottest company out of all these companies on the board. And it was the only company this week that finished in the green, albeit it was only up 1%, but it is the only one that was up on the week this week. This is a chart I'm following closely, so I want to take just 1 minute and explain what this chart is. Depending on the Bitcoin miner, somewhere in the first couple of weeks of February, all these Bitcoin miners hit a local high. So I'm comparing that high to where they are right now. Now remember, at that time, Bitcoin was at 25,000. If you look at Bitcoin again, which is in gold, Bitcoin is up 8% in this period of time. You're going to see that is outperforming almost every single Bitcoin miner. So whereas we just took a look at the year to date, most of these Bitcoin miner year to date numbers came in the first 6 or 8 weeks of the year. Big run-ups at the beginning of the year. And then the last 6 or 8 weeks, a lot of these have been lagging behind. But you're going to see the one that I talked about that is running away from the field. TeraWulf is up 92% since its high in February. So this is the one stock that has had a breakout. It was lagging behind. We were calling that out on this channel. We did do a deep dive on TeraWulf in January and February if you want to check those videos out. So TeraWulf has finally kicked into gear. They're up 92%. I think there's a lot more room to run. This is a company that I've added. This is a new position for me in 2023. So again, not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to buy it. I'm just saying this looked very clearly like it was lagging behind, and now it has, over the last 6 or 8 weeks, had a massive catch-up. It's up 92% in that period of time. Riot Blockchain, which is the largest Bitcoin miner by market cap, it's up 35% in that time frame. So that has remained very healthy. that makes sense. This is a 3 or 4x leverage off of Bitcoin. So to me, Riot is behaving more healthy than almost all the rest of the Bitcoin mining stocks. Cypher, which is the third largest Bitcoin mining stock, is up 9%. And then Marathon, which is the largest Bitcoin mining stock, is up 3%. So you'll see that has not performed as well as the other two. Riot and Marathon tend to trade in tandem, so this is a big difference between up 3% and up 35%. That's why I personally actually took some of my Riot and sold it and bought some Marathon. I think Marathon is due to catch up, but again, that is my personal opinion. We'll see how that plays out. It is a risky game trying to switch stocks and chase stocks, so you guys got to have your own investing strategy. I'm just showing you all of these charts and showing you how I look at them and what some of the potential trades are or thought processes are that I go through when I make my trades. So conversely, in the last couple of months, you're going to see Argo Blockchain's down 55%. Gree is down 45%. HUT is down 34%. They are lagging far behind. Now, Core Scientific is down 30%, but remember, they're still up way over 300% on the year. So I think this is just a little cool off that they were due for. And then you've got a bunch here around 25%. Iris Energy, Hive, and then DMG Blockchain down 23%. Since the February highs compared to the April highs, most of these Bitcoin miners are lagging behind Bitcoin. So I think some of them are due for a run up. But again, this is why I use so many different charts and graphs, as well as looking at the fundamentals. Okay, lastly, I just want to take a quick look at market cap. So just to kind of put things in perspective, to see the gigantic difference between the big Bitcoin miners and the small Bitcoin miners. And I'm talking by market cap right now. You're going to see Riot and Marathon. Riot's at about $1.7 billion. Marathon's at just under $1.5 billion. To put it in perspective, CleanSpark mines operationally very close to the same amount as Riot and Marathon, and it's a $300 million market cap company. Now, a lot of that has to do with balance sheet and some other factors, so again, you got to take a deeper look and do a deep dive on these. But to me, this is an indication of some potential opportunities here. So as you look and you go down, you're going to see a lot of these companies are stuck in here in this $200 to $300 million range. HUT at $374 million, CleanSpark at $302 million, then Hive drops down to $272 million, TerraWolf $270 million, Bitfarms at $253 million, which in my opinion, again, I think there's some opportunity there again. I think it belongs on people's watch list. Iris Energy is only at $218 million. Again, could be some opportunity there. And then it goes down from there, and I just want to point out, a lot of these are still nano cap stocks. DigiHost, Mawson, Stronghold, DMG Blockchain, Gree, and Any are all under $50 million market caps. That is a nano cap stock. Those are very, very small stocks. So if you're looking for risk reward, oftentimes the smaller the market cap, the higher the risk reward equation. So, you know your own risk tolerance. Please be careful. Hopefully these charts will help you guys in doing your own due diligence and add some pieces to your puzzle. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners this last week. We will look forward to a live stream on Monday after the market closes. So I hope to see you guys there. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you hopefully on the live stream.